Hey y'all, so I'm going to do something that's a little different than my typical YouTube video. It is a cover of Adele's If It Hadn't Been for Love, which I recently found out is a cover of the Steel Drivers' If It Hadn't Been for Love. A little different than my typical YouTube sound, but what the hell. Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Yeah. Never would have run through the blinding rain without a dollar to my name if it hadn't been for love. I never would have seen the trouble that I'm in if it hadn't been for love. Would have been gone like a wayward wind if it hadn't been for love, yeah. Nobody knows it better than me, and I wouldn't be wishing I was free if it hadn't been for love. Well, four cold walls against my will, at least I know she's lying still. Well, four cold walls without the parole. Lord, have mercy on my soul. I never would have gone to that side of town if it hadn't been for love. Never would have took a man to track her down if it hadn't been for love, yeah. Never would have loaded up a 44 and put myself behind the jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. Well, four cold walls against my will, at least I know she's lying still. Four cold walls without parole. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love, yeah. Never would have loaded up a 44 and put myself behind the jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. Oh, if it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been